Hi everyone. During this COVID-19 crisis and the lockdown, it seems like everyone is out exercising. I've never seen so many walkers, joggers, runners and cyclists. Maybe they all went to the gym before the gyms closed, but looking at them, I suspect not. So in this talk, I'd like to explain a couple of things. Firstly, some of the theories and ideas behind hydration while exercising in order to get beach body ready. So my focus is really on what you should drink while you're working out and after you've worked out. And then I'll look quickly at fueling the body before you work out. So in a recent karate class, our instructor suggested that milk is an excellent drink to consume while you're doing exercise. And that surprised me quite a lot, because if I drink milk before I exercise, I inevitably feel a bit sick. So I did a little bit of research on this, and what I found was that milk is an excellent drink, but only after a workout. You see, milk contains protein, which will repair muscles and prevent muscle soreness, and milk will promote muscle growth. Also, strangely, researchers at the Loughborough University found that milk is better at rehydrating the body than water. In particular, they say that chocolate milk is even better than milk as a recovery drink. So there's absolutely no need to purchase what are marketed as exercise recovery drinks, which are usually quite expensive. Just get yourself some milk or some chocolate milk. So that fairly easy research started me wondering about the best drinks during exercise. Last week I went out for a fairly long 60-mile, 4-hour bike ride with quite a lot of hills to cycle up. When I arrived home, I'd drunk well over a litre of water, and I'd had one of these energy gels. And I started wondering, did I drink enough water? Would my ride have been better if I had drunk more water? Did I need that energy gel? You know, what's in these energy gels? So I started doing some more research on this, and I think now I've got enough information to share some knowledge on the topic. So when we exercise, we sweat, we know that, and sweat provides a cooling effect on the body so that we don't overheat it. And sweat is mostly water, so that's fairly easy to replace. We drink some water. However, sweat, as you may know, is also salty because it contains salt. Salt is mainly sodium chloride. It also contains other minerals like potassium and calcium. Now, these minerals are essential for the body to function properly. For example, they enable the muscles to contract, and one of those muscles is your heart. So these chemicals, if you have an imbalance in them, it can have a serious impact on the body's ability to function, and a really bad impact on the body's ability to do any exercise. So as well as replacing the water that we sweat out, we also need to replace these minerals, which are known as electrolytes. But we only need to replace these electrolytes if we're doing a very high intensity workout and or a very long duration workout. A 10-minute jog around the park or around your block doesn't really require any special drinks or any additional nutrition. Fluid replacements of water should be frequent, every 15 to 20 minutes or so. Replenishing your electrolytes, these minerals, should be every 90 minutes or so. The more you sweat, the more sodium and potassium you'll lose, so these do need to be replenished. So that's the during and after the exercise. Milk afterwards and water during, and if it's a particularly intense workout, then some electrolytes in addition to the water. So what about fuel? Your body needs fuel, carbohydrates, which it uses to power the muscles. Some of the sports drinks that you can buy, the things like the Red Bull, Lucozade Sport, Boost, Monster, these are often very sweet. They're often loaded with carbohydrates in the form of sugar. And that's fine if your exercise routine is very long and or particularly intense. The carbohydrates in a sweet energy drink will help to delay fatigue, which will allow you to exercise for longer. The energy gel here, I drank it just before I went up. The hill was about 2 miles long and about a gradient of about 4 or 5%. And the gel helped my legs to power me up the hill. It contains 22 grams of carbohydrates. But if you're doing a 30 or 40-minute exercise routine, the gel is just not really needed. And that's because the additional carbohydrates are converted into glucose, which powers the muscles. But if you don't use all of that glucose, it's turned into something called glycogen. And glycogen is found in the liver, muscles. And it's there to provide longer term energy for the times when your body does not have enough immediate sources of energy from the carbohydrates. So if more glucose is consumed than can be stored as glycogen, it then turns into fat for even longer term energy storage. So I think the mistake that a lot of people who are starting a new exercise routine make is that they feel that they need to fuel their body a little bit more than they actually do. So they're taking on excessive amounts of carbohydrates. They are not, the body is not using those carbohydrates, so they turn into glycogen. The glycogen is not used, so it then turns into fat. And fat is not going to make you beach body ready. So to recap, for longer, more intense workouts, you need fuel in the form of carbohydrates and electrolytes and water. For short exercise routines, you only need water because your body already has everything else it needs, the electrolytes and the carbohydrates. Thank you.